So
Yay.
tired.
What up, hookers? It is Tuesday night. We started an hour late tonight, but that was because of work schedules. But we'll probably be back to our regular or somewhere around here next week. We'll figure it out. We may not even do it on Tuesdays. Hell, we might just show up in the morning. We don't know. We have no idea. But welcome anyway. This is the B Raiders versus Slumber Party Massacre. This is a some consider it a slasher classic. It's just a bad movie. They're all bad movies. We watch terrible movies. This was actually this is one of the few that was well, we'll talk about it once the movie gets going. But it's one of the very few that was actually directed by a woman, and especially around that time, these types of movies were taking a lot of heat for just being an excuse for TNA, which, let's be honest, is pretty much what they are. So, and even though she looks kind of butchy, she's married to a guy. But I mean, she was put in the unenviable, position of having to kind of defend all horror movies, specifically slasher films, from the would-be feminists or whatever they would be, who were claiming that they were just shitty excuses to show chicks with big titties running around, which is really all they are. So, but at any rate, so this is, I mean, I'm sure there are a couple more, but this is the only one that I'm aware of right off the top of my head. And that's one of the reasons it's known, one of the things it's known for. But it's a terrible movie anyway. I think that we saw this movie under a different title, but I didn't care about going through the whole channel. We've got like over 100 movies now. We've been doing this for like 2 years, so I didn't feel like going back over to the channel to find it. So if we did, here's the second run. Anyway, all right, so we don't actually broadcast these movies, and you have to find them on places. We prefer streaming sites, but you have to find them on places like Netflix or YouTube, or you can just buy the movie somewhere or rent it from streaming places like, what is it, YouTube Red or something? Or RedTube or something? I thought that was...
Or Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I thought that was a... Or Amazon Prime. Yeah, any of those places. You have to find them streaming there, and what we do is we give you a countdown. Pursuant to First Amendment copyright laws in the U.S., we're perfectly well within our rights because, like I say, we don't broadcast these movies. And also, we add value to these horrible pieces of shit because these are terrible movies. We never watch good movies. We've had like 2 good movies, and they were total accidents. We don't generally watch these movies before we sit down and rip them or comment on them, but I've seen this one like too often. So, all right, the B Raiders versus Slumber Party Massacre. This is our famous, infamous countdown. And what we do here is we go from 3 down to 1, but you don't go on 1. You wait until I say go. And the reason you do that is because we used to go on 1, but all the time somebody would stop and go, oh, I thought you were going to say go. So we'd have to start over. So we just kind of cut out the middleman now, and we count down from 3 to 1. And when I say go, you hit play on the movie. All right, you ready?
Already.
Already. All right. The B Raiders versus the Slumber Party Massacre. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Oh, this quality. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that fucking score, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing was done on a Casio synthesizer. That's not a joke. It really was.
I've actually never seen this movie before. So this is a new experience for me.
It's going to be a bad one. You're not going to enjoy this experience. This is going to try everything about every fiber in your being.
I like the music so far.
Yeah,
Sounds like
Bagman.
Sounds like a reject from a James Bond movie.
So bad. They didn't even bother to clean the camera. Look, they didn't even clean off the camera.
Is that a smudge mark I see?
Just dirt. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah, I you can see that in a lot of 80s and 70s movies. You see actual dirt on the camera. If I get to take off the blood that was left on the camera. Rise and shine in time to die.
Who wears those little slip things like to bed anymore? Well, this was 1982. Maybe they did. Yeah, the print that we're watching, the one that we shared on the Google Plus event page, is subtitled in Spanish or some shit.
Italian. This
Italian.
is ITA, Italian. This is
Yeah.
music from Piranha.
Probably, yeah, probably.
It's the ending theme. It's the ending theme to Piranha, the 70s movie.
Yes.
Woo!
Those aren't bad. I believe those are all natural.
I still can't believe they took the score from Piranha. It's the
Oh, they just reused it.
Yeah, but it's the score from what's his name? Pino Dagagano or something. He did the theme for that movie. Well, that was a good theme. Let's put that in this movie. Let's put that in this really shitty slasher movie. It doesn't even fit.
Well, a lot of these people were involved in the, they were all kind of, well, they knew each other. Roger Corman's up in this somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say because he worked on Piranha too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All those people, they all. You dig deep enough there, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees of Roger Corman. It is. They really went out on a limb with the name of this bad guy, Russ.
Almost as bad as Trent or something, or Troy.
Yeah, Russ Thorne. That does not inspire fear in me.
Might as well just call him Dick.
Just straight up, I have no fear of Russ. Have you heard about Russ? No, but I don't care. Ooh, what was this? I missed something.
Yeah, and then the good guy's name will be like Buddy or something, or Guy.
Oh shit! You ain't been 18 for 10 years. That bitch don't remember her 18th birthday.
I do, and I'm 22. It's. I remember my 18th birthday. I grabbed the hose and I sprayed it all over him like, I'm 18. I was listening to the Alice Cooper song 18 and I'm liking it, or 11 or whatever. That's what I did when I turned 18. Just for those
the director of this is actually Amy Holden Jones, who also worked on a fairly big movie, Mystic Pizza, with Julia Roberts.
It
wasn't a big movie when they moved. Oh. Yeah, but after Pretty Woman, after Julia Roberts got big, then it became like a big cable movie.
I've been to Mystic Pizza.
But then,
sorry.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Sleaze. We'll call them sleaze.
One more tool in this scene.
I see what you did there.
Oh, but she won the Raspberry Award for the worst screenplay for Indecent Proposal, which was a huge movie. That movie was huge when it came out.
So, Mystic Pizza, that took place at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've had pizza there.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've had it a couple years ago.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Dating, 1982.
Hey, what's up? Sounds like the music from Rat's Night of Terror. I used to watch. Oh boy.
About to get drilled.
Oh, little splats. Oh, there's a good one.
Yeah.
I used to watch scenes on a show called on a website called badmovies.org, And that's where I first heard about this movie. And they showed that clip, the scene of the girl in the back of the van. That's when I first heard
Oh
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Diane.
I know.
The WNBA's best attended game ever.
The only time in history where the girls wear shorter shorts than guys in basketball.
Oh Lord, give up on yourself, Jackie. You're not worth it.
Her boobs are bouncing more than the ball.
Woo!
Oh,
That was a fucking prick, Jackie. Get off the court. This is Diane's house. Fucking bitch.
Wow, that was such a shitty throw. Even I could have done that. It's better than being a teacher's bitch, which is kind of what is a teacher's pet, but yeah.
None of these girls can dribble. Actual like women, they make everybody look bad.
Yeah, I mean they can't even do a 3-point shot, could they?
I mean, they were like dribbling the ball, you know, like
I broke a nail.
like they were afraid it was going to like smack them in the face. Like stop.
I'm sure they would like that ball smacking them in the face.
Nice.
Ooh.
Girl.
I can get behind these characters. It's been how long? It's been less than 10 minutes. We've already had 2 scenes of nudity.
That's what I call a pretty damn good movie. Supposedly, this movie was originally written as a comedy, which I can believe, but I don't remember it being funny. Well, what happened was they said that it was written as a comedy, and they filmed it as a straight up horror movie, and so it's kind of unintentionally funny, but it also has like some funny lines, and it's like.
Because Jackie's a bitch.
UPS could not deliver that line worse. I mean, seriously. FedEx would have gotten that line there today. Oh, why be modest at this point, Jackie? Oh, Trish. Whoever. Who gives a shit?
Huh. Are they talking about a baby or a football?
A baby. That's funny. I don't know why that's funny. Here's the thing about these movies. I grew up watching these movies. Now, this movie in particular, no, but like the Tarzan movies that we watch, the Kung Fu movies that we watch, a lot of these slashers that don't have a lot of on-screen kills, you could find these all over the cable box when I was growing up, like from like 11 in the morning all the way through to like 4 in the afternoon when they started showing game shows. So I grew up watching these movies. These movies in particular would be on like Cinemax, at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. You'd stay up to watch them. Titties, So they all, I mean, but I grew up when they were made.
Yeah. I was.
And that's what I mean, right? And I've seen all of these movies, and, a lot of people, especially today, they're like, some of these movies are worth talking about, but a lot of these movies, they'll be like, they want to defend the actors and the actresses and the director and the title and the score and it's like, it's a bad movie. It's just a bad movie. It was a bad movie when it was made. Nobody thought it was a good movie then.
Yeah, but no one thought Halloween was a good movie until they rewatched it.
No, but that's what I mean. Well, yes and no. They did, but they didn't. They released them differently then. This was after Halloween, and this is specifically what I mean. Like when we talk about exploitation movies, this is, I mean, just you know what I mean. This came out after Halloween. This got produced because Halloween was such a hit. I guarantee you that. Ooh,
Effects.
Trepanation.
Hey, at least this movie has effects, unlike Driller, Killer, and Cheerleader Camp.
Yeah, right? I know.
I still can't get over that the UPS guy couldn't deliver that line better or worse. What was it?
I don't remember. You know, they've been pulling that trick right there, for instance, since the fucking 1950s.
What?
That girl, like where the girl forgets her book and she's the only one in the school hall. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, they're going to kill her next. That's what I mean. I mean, you know, it's such an obvious movie. Halloween, it is a bit different.
Yeah, but there weren't any slash movies in the 50s.
Well, that's true. No, there weren't any slash films in the 50s.
Maybe late 50s. Maybe the late 50s, but
probably not. Peeping Tom was in like 62 or 7 or something like that. That was the first real slasher film. That wasn't really a slasher film.
Yeah, but Psycho was 1960.
Oh, was it? Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, you also have the Hammer films with Dracula and stuff. Those are kind of slashers in some aspects. And the Grindhouse movies of the early 60s.
Well, those are really more roughies. Well, I watched one of those just a couple of weeks back. I watched a biker one. It was 68 or something.
Yeah.
Had a big, long rape scene, big, long gang rape scene. It was like, hey, there's Russ, our boy. And it's so threatening that he wears a fucking jean jacket.
No. Oh, no, hold on. Ooh. The actor who played the killer in the movie actually never saw the cast or talked to them. No, he never dropped his character when he was with the cast or something, or he never spoke to them until he actually came with them on presence on screen.
What a loony.
Just so he could be more intimidating to the characters so they get a better reaction.
What a nut.
Well, it worked.
He reminds me of the guy from Blood Feast.
I've never seen that.
Oh.
I want to see Wizard of Gore, not the new one, the old one. Not that new Crispin Glover one, the 60s one.
I didn't even know they made a new one.
Back in 2007 with Crispin Glover as the Wizard of Gore.
Yeah, I think we watched this already. We watch a lot of these movies 2 and 3 and 4 times. We just haven't always recorded them.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to look through your channel to find out. You can just type in the B-Raters versus whatever movie it is, and it'll pop up on YouTube.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
All you have to do is type it in the B-Raters versus Slumber Party Massacre, and they'll show you if you've already done it or not.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, back then they would release a lot of these movies under multiple titles, depending upon where they released them. That was what I was going to say about Halloween. They released them differently back then. They didn't really have distribution. So, like when they did Night of the Living Dead, the first night that they showed it, they had to throw it in the trunk of the car and take it over there to the drive-in themselves.
Yeah.
And it would play for 2 or 3 weeks in where was that, Philadelphia or whatever. And then if it was good and it did well there, they might send it to, say, Chicago, and it would play for 3 or 4 weeks there. And but they only had that one reel. So a movie like this probably had 4 or 5 reels, but back in 1982, like when Halloween was released, they still did it that way. But after Halloween, it got so big that they started having like big distributors. And in 1981, when they released Friday the 13th, they started it off. That's what really kicked off that whole thing. Like they do movies now.
That was 1980 for Friday the 13th.
Well, I guess it was probably 1980 as well that they put out the ad in, I think it was Variety, and it was just a 1-page ad that just said like, it's a pretty good screen.
I know,
I
right?
don't know what it said, but it said like Friday the 13th or something. That's all they had. They didn't even know what it was going to be about. And they got funding off of that fucking ad, and then they put together a movie like on the spot. And so this came out, and it went through the fucking roof. So I mean, then all of a sudden you had a movie that was playing simultaneously, not just in New York and L.A., but in New York, L.A., Chicago, Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And Jaws and Star Wars did a lot for that as well.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I mean, they distributed them differently and more widely. I don't think this one probably got a wide theatrical release, but
No,
it made
limited.
its money. Did it?
Yeah. Limited.
Limited? Yeah, that's what I mean. And when they say that, they mean that it didn't perform well enough to get wide release, and so they immediately dumped it to video or Laserdisc. Even around that time, they probably but that's where it got popular, and it's only popular because it's got a bunch of tits in it. That's all. That's it.
Well, the kills have been okay so far. They're
Yeah, but
awesome.
I mean, it's such a blatant. Around that time in the news, there was there was like the Green River Killer and Ted
Charles,
Bundy. No,
Charles Manson.
no, that was back in the '60s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were serial killers then, and they always had this white rape van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the movies. I don't know how many of them had a white rape van, but
Yeah.
accidente.
What about Gacy or something? Wasn't that 90s?
Oh no, that was '70s or '80s, like late '70s maybe.
Oh, trying to stay awake here, and you're like, it's like you have coffee while you're tired. It doesn't really work.
I drink coffee too much. I'm usually drinking coffee when we're watching these movies.
Yeah, I have two. I have like 2 or 3 cups next to me.
See, that's what I mean. I mean, this chick may not be a lesbian, the director, and I guess part writer, whatever she is. But I mean, she just lingers on these naked chicks just as bad as any man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They always blamed everyone involved in the filming and the movie itself.
I
There's
do
really no
too.
ground for them to stand on. But
There really is. I do too. They should never have made this movie.
well, I mean, you can say that about a lot of movies, but
That's
this
because
one,
these are all awful movies. These
like
movies are
Driller
terrible.
Killer, should never have been made. To be honest,
No.
it's like a best of compilation.
Ha ha.
You know what would be funny? I mean, it would make more sense to have the door open while you're doing that. His white van.
Yes, I say that about every movie because all of these movies are awful.
Well, like I like The Burning and Madman and
Oh,
Sleepaway
you should.
Camp.
Well, if you just wanted to see a good movie, Lady Whirlwind was pretty damn good.
What was it?
Lady Whirlwind?
Never heard of it. Is that a slasher movie or no?
No. It was a kung fu flick.
Oh no, I'm not big into kung fu. I like I have Kill Bill 1 and 2, but I've never seen them.
Pretty good.
I'm trying to. I know I have other kung fu movies. I think I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I just ordered a Cannibal Holocaust though from the Grindhouse releasing. I'll have to watch
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, I have never seen that before, and I really want to. I've gotten like a cannibal kick lately.
Yeah.
I blame the Green Inferno for this.
I haven't seen that either. Those movies are
I've seen
gross.
most of it. It was pretty nasty, but I've seen worse and lower budget movies like 100 Tears, which is about a killer clown who has a meat cleaver that's the size of freaking a samurai sword. It's a massive
I
meat
heard
cleaver.
somebody. I heard somebody describe Texas Chainsaw Massacre as like one of those movies you could possibly mistake for a real snuff film, and I was like,
No,
could you?
no,
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
did you? I mean, like, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but come on.
yeah. Just because it has grainy quality and realistic attributes doesn't mean it's going to be like even close to a snuff film. It has music.
Yeah.
It has.
Oh, of course. That's what I mean, right? I know it was. I mean, but it's a great movie. It's just, and it's a good production, and I know that's what he was going for, and I think he achieved it. But yeah, I know that's what I mean. It's like not
Yeah,
really.
and you can tell everyone's just trying to act. It's not like they're being really. Besides Sally Hardesty in the movie, Marilyn Burns, she did a good job, and so did Gunnar Hansen. But everyone else seemed like they were kind of phoning it in. Besides the rest of the Sawyers.
The hot chick had to die first. That was so sad.
But the one she was hung on the meat hook, then put in the fridge.
Yeah, isn't that terrible?
Uh,
Kabuki Theater 101.
I mean, I didn't think she was terribly hot, but it was still sad. Like, she watched her boyfriend get cut up right in front of her while she was hung on a meat hook. That was pretty messed up.
She was terribly hot.
No, not to me, but teach their own. Yeah, but everyone's always like, that movie is so crazy and insane, but they never really think about how messed up it is. Like, some of the kills in the movie, like with
It's a good movie.
yeah, with the girl hung on the meat hook and then seeing her boyfriend get cut up right in front of her while she's hung on a meat hook, and then being stuffed in the fridge for later, and then the guy opens it and she just kind of spazzes out. I always wondered if she was dead and she just had a spaz reaction, but that'd be a massive spaz reaction if she was still alive. Right? I mean, if she was dead.
Cat jump scare. That was in every 80s slasher film until like 1985.
Well, I beg to differ. I bet it's been still going on.
Oh yeah, they still do it. I know. That's what I mean.
That didn't even scare me at all. There was no build-up music or anything. It was just silence.
People act like, we just hate on these movies and we're so mean-spirited to these movies. These are awful movies. But there are, I mean, but we love to hate them. I mean, we watch them all the fucking time. And I'll tell you one of the reasons is because if you've watched any movie in like the last 10 or 15 years, whether it's been a remake or not, especially if it's a remake, you can always go see the original. And it's in almost every case, it's better than the remake. But even if they've been remakes or reboots or whatever, they're really formulaic. They're really like the same movie. You know what I mean? And so these movies, yeah, they're bad. They're poorly acted. They're poorly scripted. But a lot of the times you kind of know what's coming, but they don't necessarily follow the Hollywood formula. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
One of the remakes I think was better than the original was The Hills Have Eyes.
I haven't seen the remake, but I didn't care for that movie originally.
The original wasn't that great, but the remake is a lot better. It's like they took the whole story of the first one and of the original and then went 10 steps farther.
Wouldn't you like to live in their neighborhood? If you stick your hand in my pocket.
Or if you go see a movie with me and put your hand in the bucket. Dick in a box.
Do you need me, Trish? Okay. Let's pour in some acid.
I thought the Kool-Aid had enough sugar in it alone. Now you got to add sugar to it as well.
You always got one thing in your house: ham, no burger. Yeah, it's none of the audience's business either.
Yeah. Who needs to spend time on character development?
Or story, right?
No, we could replace that with the boobs.
See, that's what I mean. And it's so true. And I mean, I love to hate these movies, but I mean, if you're being honest about them, it's like, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they're bad movies. That's why we watch them. We don't pick good movies. Hi, Gordon.
Like some of the Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, those movies, they're formulaic, but you gotta look past them. They're well-made movies.
Yeah, they have big budgets. These don't. We're at 25. or 26, 01, 02, 03. So.
Yeah, you're 1 second ahead of me. 1 second. That's all it takes. Let me see how much money this one cost to make. Slumber Party Massacre. I typed in Slumber and the whole thing just popped up. Slumber Party Massacre.
Good. Maybe that means people are watching.
Yeah, it's a famous movie. All you got to do is type in Slumber. Oh wow, this movie cost $250,000 to make.
Well, but now in 81 or 82, whenever it was filmed, that was close to at least $500,000 or so.
Yeah, but Friday the 13th cost $550,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I
know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they had a lot more. The Nightmare on Elm Street movies especially had huge budgets.
Oh yeah, like $10 million or stuff like that. The first one had like $1 million or so.
Yeah. Hope that's not a metaphor. I don't think you're stupid, but I don't think you're a good actress.
Friday the 13th, like, and Friday the 13th, the whole series, the one from the 80s that cost the most was part 3. That was like $4 million, which is nothing to compare to some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah.
And Halloween, they didn't have that much money on those movies either.
No, but that's what I mean. John Carpenter's a far more competent director than the people that did all these movies. And that's not to be ugly to Amy, whatever her name is. He is. He's really, 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 really good.
Want to know something funny? This movie had $100,000 less to be used to make it than Halloween. Halloween cost $325,000.
That's what I'm saying, right? And even though this movie, I'm sure has its good points. I've seen this movie 100 times. I don't know what those good points would be, but I'm sure that that this movie has its good points. But the simple fact of the matter is, it's no Halloween.
Yeah,
it's cheaply made. These movies are exploitation films. They're cheaply made to make a buck. They didn't sit around and say, "I have a story I want to tell." They said, "What what's selling? What are people going to see?" Yeah. So nobody should feel bad that we're being mean-spirited to these movies. These movies were made with a kind of mean-spirited, capitalistic, intent. Let's just get meat in the seats. Who gives a shit how we do it? Let's show a bunch of titties. Who cares?
Yeah, but the same thing with supernatural movies. Everyone's paying to go see a good jump scare movie.
It is. I know. Trust me, I know.
But now I've been looking at records for movies coming out lately, and they're making a lot less money than they used to.
Well, that's why, and they'll go right back in the gutter. It's just to pull meat back in the seats.
Uh-huh.
They'll go right back in the gutter just to pull meat in the seats.
Yeah. 80s was slashers. 90s up to a point was nothing, and then it was slashers. The 2000s was torture films that were profitable marketing, and then it turned to supernatural movies that became really profitable.
Well, before the 80s and the 70s, they had a bunch of they had grindhouse movies. In the 60s, 50s, and 60s, they had what they call roughies.
Yep.
So it's always been around.
Yeah, so I bet before 2020 we'll have a new type of money-making movie.
Maybe a lot of that stuff, if you ever read Danse Macabre and stuff like that, because that's what all girls do, whenever they have a slumber party, they just get naked. I don't mind it. I'm just saying because that's what they do. We know that. They go to the bathrooms in groups, and when they get together and slumber party, they take all their clothes off and just hang out.
Yeah.
That's what girls do. But if you ever read like Danse Macabre and things, like Stephen King points out, and that's kind of what makes them exploitation flicks, is that horror of the time tends to exploit whatever people's fears are. We live in a time where people like superheroes and supernatural things are like they relate to them. They think of them as like kind of superheroic. They have special powers. So that's why those things are kind of big now. But back the slashers were big in the 80s because, like I say, there was Ted Bundy and a lot of the people have moved out of the cities into the suburbs, and that's what Halloween played on.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people went to summer camp. I went to summer camp once or twice, but a lot of people went to summer camp, and so that's what Friday the 13th played on. And they all played on the holiday theme for whatever reason. That was selling. April Fool's Day, Halloween, Friday the 13th. You know?
New Year's Evil.
Yeah, I mean, all of them. I mean, you can really, if you start digging deep, you will find some just stupid shit that's holiday themed.
Yeah.
But
Like,
yeah.
oh, let's see. There's Blood
It's
Rage,
just
which is
anything that sells. Because that's what gets producers.
yeah.
They don't go up there and say, they don't go up there and say, I've got a story I really want to sell or whatever. They say, and then we'll throw in some titties.
Yeah.
Does that sound good? Do you want to see some titties? And then they get like $500,000 or some shit from some guy, and
I wonder what's gonna be next though for profitable movies. I mean, they've already had torture slasher, supernatural. What else is there that's really gonna sell?
Technology gone bad.
Oh,
he just lost the whole bit. It just fell out of the drill. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever.
I hope it's werewolves. That's the next big thing.
Huh?
I said I hope it's gonna be like werewolves. That's the next big thing because vampires was a big thing too. Werewolves need to make a comeback.
It's going to be dystopian futures and technology gone bad.
Like we need a Dog Soldiers 2 or a Bad Moon 2. Like sequels to the great movies that needed one. Or
have you watched the Howling series yet?
Oh, I love the Howling. And I kind of like the second one. Third one's really weird. Fourth one's like a repeat of the first. Fifth one's stupid. Sixth one's an interesting story, but it's still stupid. I haven't seen the seventh, and the eighth one's okay. There's my series ranking.
I can't believe you never seen this one.
I know. I have all three of them. I just never got around to watching it.
You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of titties.
Well, like if you ever watch The Mutilator, that one I was talking about before when the show started, there's some really nasty kills in the movie, but it's a bad movie all around. But the kills are the main focus point.
Well, that's what I mean. This one didn't have enough money to do much of anything but get pretty girls to take their tops off. And that's really all it does.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the special effects are meh. There's no real tension or suspense.
Yeah.
And next week, we're watching all three of these back to back. Whack, whack. So for this week and the next following 2 weeks, we're going to be watching Slumber Party Massacre 1, 2, and 3. And we watched our Sorority House Massacre 2 by Jim. I don't know if that's by Jim Wynorski or not. But anyway, it was actually partially filmed. It uses parts of this movie as though, because I think one of them was filmed as the sequel to this, and it lost the licensing or rights, and so they rushed to another one. I don't know how they did all that, but
yeah. I used to be friends with Jim Wynorski on Facebook.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I kind of gave a decent sort of negative review for Komodo versus Cobra. And he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have posted that on my page because now it's negative." And I'm like, "It's not a negative review. It was decent." And he was like, "No, I'm unfriending you. Goodbye." Yeah. So Jim Wynorski is one of those guys who's like really protective of his film. What?
He shouldn't be Papadopoulos.
No, he's very protective of his films and the reputation.
He shouldn't be. They're terrible. He's actually really a great director, but he doesn't. He doesn't like. I don't blame him. He doesn't like the. From what I understand, he doesn't like the studio system and all that other stuff. Oh shit! Oh, sixth. God, they infantilize her so much. That's so gross.
Yeah, I like his ant creature features most of all, like Curse of the Komodo, Piranaconda.
That was
Um,
such a big thing back in like the 70s and 80s. They used to infantilize women so much, and men too, but in a different way.
yeah, yeah.
Now we have a whole generation that is just like in arrested development.
You know what's
College
weird?
age boys watching fucking My Little Pony and shit.
You know what's weird is Jaws had the whole rip-off exploitation for Jaws and everything that went on for a long time. But then after Friday the 13th came out, no one's like making creature features anymore. They're making slasher movies because those are making more money, and that ran a lot longer than Jaws did.
Well, I mean, the threat was there for a lot longer.
Huh.
Because I mean, really, there were a lot of serial killers were like fucking rock stars back in the 1980s. They really were.
I know. It's kind of like how it's because it's like how like in the 50s when our yeah, like where they had John Candy, not John Candy. What am I saying? Elvis Presley or
It was.
yeah, they were like rock stars because they were
Yeah.
something daring, something not that you shouldn't be listening to. So that's why they got all interested in it. So you're not supposed to kill people. So now these serial killers are killing
It's
people, and it's like, oh, that's really interesting
lurid.
and cool. And
It's just lurid. It's sold. It's got people got eyeballs on the TV. It sold mood units. God, I hope somebody kills them now. I wish I could be there just to go.
I wish I could be there just to show them an episode of how the Twilight episode really has that soundtrack, or how to really sing it.
I remember this movie starts to pick up around about now. It needs to, for Christ's sake.
I know I don't remember a single line of dialogue so far.
I'm telling you, there's. I mean, it's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's been
I know
38
we've been talking
minutes.
over the whole thing, but it's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's been 38 minutes. Yep, bimbo.
Have you watched Scream Queens TV show?
No, I don't watch many TV shows.
Oh, you should watch that.
Isn't Jamie Lee Curtis a part of that?
Yeah, it makes a lot of references to all these bad slasher films and shit.
Yeah. You know what's funny is they made movies about like they make slash movies about holidays and stuff, but then they have ones like Prom Night, which isn't even a holiday. It's like really, you
Well,
know,
but that was their audience. You know, that's what I
yeah,
mean. I watched Never Too Young to Die. It was the last one that I watched,
yeah.
and it you should just give up on everything, Jeff. You should just go home and retire it all. Pow! Oh damn! I wish.
Pow right in the
I forgot. Oh yeah, you kind of have to be an aficionado of these bad B-rated movies to really appreciate some of the shit they do in that show.
Well,
It's pretty good. Sorry, it's funny.
I've seen movies that are worse than Driller Killer, and I've liked them. There's just something about Driller Killer that is so annoying.
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah,
This is an awful movie. We don't pick good movies. This is the B-raters. We pick B-rated movies.
yeah, but like, have you ever seen movies like Bloodthirst or Dark Harvest or excuse me?
No, I've seen Dark Harvest.
Dark Harvest is about scarecrows killing people.
Yeah, I know I've seen that.
That's a terrible movie. It's worse than Driller Killer, but there's something about it that I enjoyed more than Driller Killer.
Basket Case is an awful movie, but I like that better than Driller Killer and all that.
Yeah, I have the first one, but I've never actually seen it. I know what it's about, though. I know what it's about.
Yeah, it's awful. The second one's just a silly, goofy sort of like almost fantasy. It's not even really horror.
Yeah. I want to
Kind
get
of like a kids creature feature, a Muppet show.
I want to get the Troll double feature from Scream Factory.
So is this movie.
no, you didn't. You just said you apologized, but you never said you were actually. Did she say she was sorry? No, who cares?
I don't know.
Yeah, who fucking cares?
Who cares?
Obviously not the people who made this movie.
That's my favorite actor so far.
Yeah, I seriously bet they said they told her to say this knife's not that dull, just so people can in the future can make like references to how the movie is dull so far. See, they're a lot cleverer than you're letting them have credit due.
Absolutely none of these girls owns a full pair of pants.
They actually,
She could get arrested for hooking.
yeah.
She should get arrested for hooking. Oh, she let his car go into her garage.
Enter, enter.
She's brushing it, you stupid bitch. That girl's like 30.
Yeah, trying to be 10. Her character seems like she's 10. She was sucking on a lollipop earlier, like
I know,
a
that's
big
what
one.
I said.
Like,
oh, dude, they used to infantilize women so much back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, they were just like, goo, 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 goo. Really bad in the 70s.
Yeah.
They did guys the same way, but like I say, it was in a different way. They were always like athletic or they were kind of transvestites. They had a real weird vibe going on in the 70s.
Yeah, but then what's his name? Bill or whatever from Silence of the Lambs, he totally ruined that for everybody.
Who?
From Silence of the Lambs, Bud or Buck or Bill?
Oh, Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill, yeah, he totally ruined that for
No,
everybody.
that was like in the 90s. That was like in the 90s.
No, I know, but like anyone who had any interest in transvestite things would probably got turned off by that.
Yeah, that was in the 90s. I have no idea who those two are.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I only know these chicks by like sporty tits, black tits, hot tits, big tits. That's the only way I know them.
Yeah, that's their names. Little tits.
There's spice tits in the back. There she is.
We got mega tits right there.
There's gropey tits. First time I've seen her.
Cupping time.
No
cupping tits.
In your vagina? Let me show you how.
I left their slumber party to go fuck a guy. The girls would totally kill me for that. I don't get it. They keep on saying they're gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you, but yet they never do anything like that.
People say that all the time.
I know, it's like an everyday thing. Hi, how are you? Yeah. Good. Just good? Man, I'm gonna kill you.
They really did. They used to say all sorts of shit. I could just wring your neck.
I'm gonna spit on your grave.
Yeah. Whoopee.
That's the first drink I ever got drunk off of was a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh God.
I had one cup full and I sipped it down like a maniac. I started getting so giggly.
That's okay. You can just go. Just go.
You won't be missed. You won't be missed. It'll be one less mouth to feed and one less paycheck to clear.
I can't even recognize which ones they are with their clothes on.
I can only tell apart the black one because she's black.
Yeah.
And the other one because she's little. Well, he's dead.
Yes. Oh, come on. That was the most creative jump cut yet.
How about you get out of the car? Oh.
Kabuki fucking theater, man.
Yeah,
we've seen a little bit of blood, but
yeah, you see when he goes around the side of the car, you get out the other side.
Nice.
What is it supposed to symbolize right there?
No subtlety whatsoever. They didn't discover subtlety until at least the 1990s. You're a honking. Oh.
You have big honkers. What? What kind of games
Let's play
involve a
some
drill
games
and
of our
blood?
own. Let's take off our clothes and dance.
Pillow
That's what
fight!
girls do.
Were pillow fights even really a thing, or is it just boys' fantasy?
I don't even know if it was a boy's fantasy. I think it was just something that they put together to give them a reason to take their clothes off and bounce. Speaking of gross.
Yeah, it looks like they're drinking blood.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
that was kind of clever, actually.
Oh,
I have to
Lord.
say, that was actually pretty clever.
You need to see more movies. You'll never be able to do it, honey.
$6. We gotta make this really hard to do. Like, how much is $6 back then? Like 10, 12?
Yeah, I mean, pizza would be about the same price. I mean, it's like what, $15 now, so about
Yeah.
$7 or $8 probably. Have they been funny yet?
If they were trying to be funny right there, that's the funniest they've been throughout the whole movie.
Lesbian PE teacher to the rescue.
Wow, the phones actually work.
Take your clothes off.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
It's cool. Talk to you later.
TTFN.
With your clothes on.
Then she calls her back. She's not going to answer. I'd love to go. I'm 12 years old. After my pouty face. Oh my god, they're acting like they're both under the age of 20. One looks like she's under the age of 10. Hey, your audio's off. Shit. I'm tired. I feel like messing with her. Oh, it's always a good idea. Stick up your dick hole.
Oh.
Oh, your audio's back.
Oh, yeah, I had to. I've been drinking Cokes for days. I'm like jacked up on caffeine. 50, 27, 28, 29, 30.
It sounds like a rejected James Bond score, I'm telling you.
Sounds like it should have been rejected totally.
Yeah.
What up? Who screamed? Who screamed?
Oh, there we go.
Hello. Hello. What a stupid jump cut. Let's go watch the other movie.
What is the movie they're watching?
Oh, I don't know. Isn't it a trivia thing? It's a Roger Corman flick, I think.
Oh, it's a black and white.
No. Get out of town. You are at least 45 years old. I'm not answering the door. Oh my God.
It's like 2 feet away from me.
I can't even. Oh my God.
God, it's getting kind of annoying.
Try another door, dumbass. Run away.
You.
See, she's not. Well, she's a pretty inept director. Who are we kidding? It's got some interesting, like, jump cuts and cut scenes and things like that. The editor was good, I'll say. But
yeah, well, this guy's got balls. He's fighting the killer.
oh shit!
Oh, and that's actually a pretty nasty one. Well, they had 2 boys.
Yep.
No.
See, that's what I mean. I mean, it's just like
God, how old is she again?
I think she's supposed to be like 5 or something.
I have no idea.
And they always posed the bodies in these early slasher flicks. Like at the end of the film, they'd stumble into like the principal's office, and all the bodies would fall down. They'd go, oh, ah, ah. That's what he was doing.
What movie was that from?
All of them.
Oh.
All of them. Watch, at the end, they're going to end up in the garage, and they'll be walking around every which way they go. See, there's a bunch of bodies.
Yeah, but you've seen this movie before.
Oh, I've seen all these movies before. That's the worst thing about it. That's the worst thing about it.
Even if you haven't really watched it, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, no. That's what I mean. I know better. I know better. And here I am.
Shit, he's not going to fit.
Got a lot of junk in his trunk.
Yeah, it's so heavy he has to crawl. I'm surprised the black person didn't die first.
That's true. Diversity in action, folks. Maybe you should take your clothes off. This movie was so much more interesting when they were all naked. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie. You're right.
I'm just saying what everybody's thinking.
Well, I don't remember seeing that black girl ever naked. That's probably why they never showed them with cleavage.
She just popped out of nowhere.
I know. Wow. The amount of grease on that pizza, it's leaking through the box. It's disgusting.
And they're eating it off the dead guy.
These are some boss chicks.
There's the other dead dude.
He's not so dead. Oh, well, I guess they're going to accidentally kill him.
Yeah, he got better. Is that the boom mic? I swear to God. All right. Three blind dumbasses. Three blind dumbasses. See how they run the wrong way. See how they stop and scream at the door. Ah, like the three fucking Stooges. See, movies like this they ought to remake.
Yeah, but with the title like Slumber Party Massacre, how much money do you think it'd actually make?
Well, these days it ought to make quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you were gonna make it like a mainstream movie, like, I understand if it's like direct to video now, but not if it was like a $10-15 million budget.
Where does he get all these drills and these drill bits? Place must be close
She
to
sounded
Camp
like
Crystal
Arnold.
Lake.
Come on, come on, we gotta go! Oh my god!
Which movie is this? Oh yeah, lesbian PE teacher. Whoa! Coming to the rescue.
We gotta go! Come on! Did she just say footlong?
Courtney.
Oh.
Courtney!
What's the difference?
Courtney! I don't know who the fuck Courtney is.
It's the little girl.
Oh, underage tits.
Yeah.
Change the reel. Damn it all.
Damn that little bitch.
Change the reel. Courtney, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna wring your neck and snap it. It's scenes like this that I like though, because they have the sound of everything going around, like the crickets and stuff. So no music.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When they're done effectively, they're very effective.
Yeah, it's okay in this movie, but
this is not very
good. Yeah, the movie itself is kind of like no. It's only an hour and 15 minutes or so.
Thank Christ.
Although I have this odd feeling that the movie's longer than that. Let me look, because it might just end without us actually finishing the movie, which I would be too sad with. But you know,
I hope not.
The movie's an hour and 22 minutes. It says. Did you check?
Oh, they may have cut some. No, this was the only one. Originally, we had a different print, but they took it down. They canceled the account.
Now it says, okay. Oh, no, Black Girl's dead.
They may have made cuts for the Italian version.
Yeah, the movie's supposed to be like an hour and 17 minutes, actually. And they might not include end credits on this, so that might be why.
Yeah, that might be it. A lot of these videos don't. I hate that because I like watching the credits.
Yeah.
Then you can find out how close to Roger Corman they are.
Huh. Here, I'll move the mouse over the time and see if it shows.
But you've done that like fucking 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I'll show the end credits. I'm looking ahead. Not watching the movie ahead, just looking at the thumbnail ahead. I see words and stuff. There's end credits.
They may have made cuts for the Italian release.
Oh, isn't that just lovely? So we're missing all the good stuff.
I don't know. We've seen some pretty good ones. And I mean, Italy, their giallos were pretty fucking rough. Suspiria is fucking awesome. They said they were going to remake that. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's almost the stupidest thing they're going to remake Jaws or something.
It is. It honestly is. It's like, oh, we're going to remake one of the best horror movies ever. It's like, wow.
Yeah, but if you remake Jaws, it'd be just the worst because
that's right.
The plot's been done so many times. How are you going to remake Jaws and have the same plot and make it be good?
Suspiria's hasn't. Suspiria's is pretty good.
Yeah. See,
that's
Suspiria has a different plot than most horror movies. Like a
that's pretty good flick. That's probably one of my that and Evil Dead are probably my favorite. Well,
I didn't really like Inferno though.
I don't even think I watched all of Inferno.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like it didn't make a lot of sense. I'm reviewing.
He finished the trilogy, and I don't remember what the third movie was called, but it was like
Yeah,
20 years between.
Yeah, it's called Mother of Tears.
Hmm.
That's the third
I haven't
movie.
seen that either.
That's the third movie in this trilogy. The Three Mothers trilogy. The last one's called Mother of Tears.
I haven't seen that either.
I have all of them, but I've only seen Suspiria and the Inferno. I haven't seen Mother of Tears yet, though. I might check that out soon because I'm reviewing them for my Scare Show 3.
Yeah, it's good. Suspiria is gratefully.
I'll
See what I mean? Look at this, like right here. They didn't even bother to have. I mean, that's fine. It looks natural lighting. Granted, this is natural lighting too, but this is actually lit. That outside, it's like they literally just turned on the fucking the overhead light.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it, natural lighting, but I mean, if you're shooting night, for Christ's sake, you're gonna need a little bit of light. Look, this jackass. Look at this asshole in the background.
Yeah. He's the killer.
Yeah, they just left the movie. I mean, the window wide fucking open.
Well, he can't climb. He's not human.
Dumb fucking broads. Maybe you should look around. Drill them bitches, Russ. They got it coming. Hey, hey.
Hey.
So stupid.
Oh, they left the knife there too.
Oh, that's such bad filmmaking. Oh my God. He just rose up from underneath the camera like this was a goddamn stage play.
Huh.
That's what this is like, a goddamn stage play. And a bad one.
Why don't they knock the shelf over on him? Who's gonna die next? Oh, her.
Russ supposed to be the driller killer, but he don't give a fuck.
Hmm.
Russ is like that killer, that meme on Facebook where it's like, somebody's coming to get you. The thing to your right is the first thing that you've got. What are you going to use? That's Russ.
You know what I can't stand is when they have those things where like, well, you already started reading it, so now you have to continue or else you'll die.
Oh, I don't get much of that. Those chain letters.
Yeah, it's funny when they say you got to continue reading or else you'll die. I'm like, okay, time to scroll down. I don't care.
The Canadian killer, Russ.
He creates a lot of fuss.
A little bit of muss. Yeah, you should probably take a shower. You're gross. Oh, panties.
He's gonna hide in the brush. I don't know
Picky master.
What's his name? Russ or Rust?
Russ. Ooh, yeah, it's either or.
Ha
ha!
Silly gift.
All the girls that didn't invite me to their party died, so it's kind of cool. Let's go play.
Let's go play in the jungle gym.
Stupid bitches. You got what you deserved. Fuck you all. Ha! I can't wait for Monday.
Oh, did you girls prepare for the math? Oh, you already did. Doesn't really matter.
It was Russ. Russ.
Who likes to cuss. Although not really, because he hasn't said a single word in this movie, has he?
And what's funny about that is that actors actually get paid less when they don't have any lines. I wonder if he got paid like scale. Probably not.
Well, that's pretty clever. Hide inside one of those bags.
She came prepackaged.
Came with the movie.
Look at this little bitch. She is at least 20 years old, and she's oogie. Oh, good Lord.
I'm 14.
That's actually a pretty neat shot. That's actually
it is.
We got it. That's what I mean. With a better budget, that would have been a clever little, gag. But I mean,
I appreciate the effort, though.
That's what I mean, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Took her a second. Somebody didn't put the top on the macaroni.
The milk's gone bad.
Russ, I just don't. I can't take you seriously, Russ.
Mm.
She'll cry by the door. Get out of town, guy.
He'll hear her and then drill right through it, right? We need some more gore in this movie, but there's been enough so far, but I want some more. I want to see dismemberments and shit, but all we get is drills. Is that? I thought it was a guy. I thought they both died.
I think it is it. Who is it? I
It's
thought
a
it was
little girl.
Oh,
It's the supposed little girl.
wow. They are incredibly chill around dead people.
I don't know, not like in movies like Ron Turn where they see one of their dead friends and then she's getting cut up and they're like terrified shitless. Here they're like, well, meh.
I know, right? That's what I mean. I'd be kind of freaked out. I mean, God forbid if anything were to happen to you right now, I'd be like, whoa, for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's like they're just. What was I gonna say? It's like they don't even shed a tear. Or
Well, it's supposed to be comedic, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, some of this stuff is would be funny if they had better actors, if they had a better setup, if they had more money to do it. You know what I mean? That's why movies like this should be remade. I mean, this could be a not a good movie, but I mean, this could be a better movie than this.
Yeah. Why is he sleeping?
No, that's what I mean. It's so stupid. He's like hiding in plain sight, like he just put the blanket over himself.
And the little girl saw that he did it.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just such a like, and he's just like such a nondescript killer, you know.
Hmm.
And all of this took place in the time it took the PE teacher to get over here. So it took this bitch like an hour to drive there. Why didn't she call the goddamn cops?
Yeah. All for a hunch, too.
You know, it took her an hour to drive there. Why would you not call the cops?
Huh.
I think she called the next door neighbor or something, but I think we were chatting over that.
It's not under jurisdiction. Jurisdiction. You're dead.
That's what I mean. These are just poorly scripted. They're bad efforts. Oh!
Yeah, looks like we should have hold their shit.
He looked shocked. He looked more surprised than she was. He was like, oh!
Oh, she got drilled a bit now.
Oh, what in the hell are you doing, honey? Come on.
You can find... Just pick a weapon, dude.
She's trying to be more... She's trying to be more clever than the killer. Well, she did. She is.
Don't those things run on a plug? Oh, yeah.
Look at this dumb bitch. Boing! I hope, like a goddamn cartoon. Whoop! You stupid bitch. Oh, my God.
Yeah, even I'm terrible with tools, and I knew that thing runs on a plug or a cord, and it's like,
where does he keep getting all these long ass drill bits? He just must have like 10 of them in his pocket. Whee! Well, that was hard. Russ, the unstoppable. Well, he's down.
It totally bent. Didn't you see that? It was totally rubber. That was the weakest stab I've ever seen.
Stab him again, you dumbass! Actually, her name in English is Trash. Oh, honey.
My God.
You got Julie killed. See what I mean? See what I mean? I mean, it's like...
Oh, she gonna go
in
Jason
a real
Voorhees
movie,
on his ass?
they'd have some innards falling out or something.
Yeah.
He'd finish the job or something.
Wait, who's this?
Oh, he did say something. Am I pretty? Well, that's sweet. Well, I mean, he wouldn't make a good boyfriend. I don't think Russ is the marrying type.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is that the coach?
No, the coach is already dead. Oh, wait, I got to get the door. Hang on. Oh, do you love her, Russ? Russ. Oh, she didn't love that lamp.
Yeah, but what happened to the little girl? The
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Why do they have a machete in the basement? That's like a goddamn katana.
Yeah, it's Jason Voorhees style.
Yeah, no shit. Hatchet.
I got my drill, you see.
What?
Oh, don't worry, he's got like 9 more in his pocket.
Yeah, no kidding. He'll just get another one.
Yeah.
Change it
Oh
out,
shit.
Russ. Hang on. Let him change. Oh, she didn't wait. Oh, well, what?
Ooh.
But he loved her. Look, Ma. No hand. And order.
Oh.
Sploosh.
At least there's blood in the water. Imagine if there was none.
Man, these kabuki theater cuts. Oh, is she gonna pray?
Oh, Father who art in heaven, you've been totally screwed. Oh, there she is. I'm so happy I made it and did absolutely nothing to help anyone out. I'm such a good sister. Oh, please.
Oh, what he's got? Oh, okay. Whatever, Stumpy. You've been stabbed. Then lost your hand.
I love you too. Ah!
Been disemboweled. Come on.
Well, at least she pushed the machete away.
Russ, the one-handed strangler.
No, it's totally out of sync.
Here comes weak-ass Stabby.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Again with the subtlety. Diddly dee dee diddly. Oh. Shut up. That's the audience's reaction.
My reaction when I realized I paid to watch this movie back in the 80s. There you go.
Only we have the right to cry at this movie.
Yeah.
Who called them? And why didn't they do it at first?
It was the next day. Oh, see, no end credits.
Oh, that is it's a terrible movie. And to hear hipsters and posers like go, oh well, there's it's about this and then there's that and it's like shut up. It was terrible. It was a terrible movie when it came out. It's a terrible movie now. There you have it, kids. The B-Raiders versus Slumber Party Massacre, and that's only the first. This is only the beginning.
2 more.
I don't know how Russ is going to show up in any of them, but I got to be honest with you. I don't care. I don't care.
I've seen some of the second one. You're not going to like it.
Oh, I've seen them. I've seen them all. I've seen them all many times. Yeah, they're awful. Every week we do this every week, almost every week. We were off last week, but we do this every week.
I like the third one though. The third one was okay.
All right. So there you have it. Slumber Party Massacre from director Amy Holden Jones and screenwriter. But there you have it. So that was that. That's Russ. He was also called the Drill Killer.
Yeah.
He was also called the Driller. He was. Yeah. Wait till we see the second one. You're going to love that. Crystal Bernard from Wings makes her motion picture debut. So that's a treat. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll probably be back at our regular time next week. It just depends. This isn't bad, but I know you're tired. So we'll let you know on. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus, and we'll let you know when we'll be here. And we'll be watching Slumber Party Massacre 2. So, from everybody here to everybody out there, have a safe night, and we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Bye. Bye. Bye.